Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Welcome to another episode of Chattin With Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. They say money can't buy happiness, but have you ever tried a bottomless mimosa brunch with your besties? Whew, happiest I've ever been, all right? So, aside from all the chicken and waffles that we may be eating, it turns out female friendships are actually really good for your heart. We've got a cardiologist in to chat with us about that, and a therapist who is going to chat with us about how those friendships are also really great for your mind, okay? This show might actually convince you to hang with your besties a bit more, because we know that when it's been a while, it's really hard to say goodbye.
I'm obsessed. I love you and I love you. Bye. Bye.
Love you.
Okay, I'll see you.
Oh, and I want to do the haircut thing. Did I tell you I did see that movie?
There is a spaghetti dish that I saw online that I think we can do with spaghetti squash. Did you still need a ride?
Are you guys taking sea moss?
Because I can give you a ride if you need a ride.
It's so true.
That's how it is.
It
That's how it
takes
is.
us forever to say goodbye. Welcome to Chat with Chelsea, Dr. Georgia Deschanel.
That was perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect.
I usually just call you Dr. A.
I'm fine with that.
As we know you on social media as well, cardiologist and wellness speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I love a homegirl hangout. It turns out that they're really good for your heart. And y'all are spreading this message during Heart Health Month. Like, what is it that people should definitely know about heart health?
The biggest thing I would say is there's this big misnomer that heart disease only affects older men, but it affects men and women, and it is the #1 cause of death across the board worldwide. So It's really important that women really need to know that.
That we're aware that it happens to us too.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is it about friendships that could help with this?
Yeah, so a new study just came out from Australia, and they studied women who were 70 or older, and it found that they had 2 or 3 friends that they could confide in. They actually had a 30% reduction in their chances of having heart disease. So that is a major game changer in regards to prevention, again, because it's the #1 cause of death.
Yeah, that is pretty huge,
Right?
30%.
Exactly.
Did they talk about like how often we need to be hanging with our friends?
So they didn't go that far now.
Okay.
They didn't go that far. But the biggest part is like they're able to confide with them and talk with them. It decreases your stress levels. You feel better. So it's really good for your mental and your heart health.
Man, I love that. Saying you don't have to have like a big old gaggle of girls. Is 2 to 3?
2 to 3.
You're seeing some-
3 is a little bit probably on the safer side.
Okay.
But again, it's the quality of the friendship that's really important.
Yes, nice. Okay, so this was 70 and older. Was there another study that looked at younger women?
Yes. Okay. So good news for the younger gals out there. Yeah,
Yes,
I got
please.
you. I got
Okay.
you. So women between the ages of 30 and 55, they did this study and they actually followed them for like 20 years plus, and they found that they had a very similar cardio protection as well too. So women who socialized, they had a couple of friends, they were in organizations, they were in religious events. All of those things kind of helped protect your heart as well too. So it's not just the older women or the more mature and seasoned, it's also the younger women as well.
Oh man, that's so good to hear. Especially, just knowing that you could be a part of a group in your church or organization, and that could help with it's helping your heart too while you're helping others.
Exactly. Turn up and turn together.
Yes. I love it. We don't mind that.
Okay, I like it.
Now, let's get into the science behind it, because you're saying that, this is going to improve our heart health. Is it something about, so you're decreasing the stress, you're getting out of, like, does it decrease inflammation as well, or something along those lines?
So there's a lot of different theories. My biggest thing is kind of like the most basic, simple. You get with a friend, right? You have a horrible day. You talk to them on the phone. You feel better. And I think it's that translation of decreasing your stress levels. The way it translates with your heart is it decreases your blood pressure, it decreases your heart rate. And so you're working on your mental health as well, but because we know your mind and heart are closely connected, so anything that's benefiting your mental health is gonna affect your cardiac health as well too.
Absolutely, we're gonna get into the mental health later. I gotta know, does this also affect men as well, like the men's friendships?
So about that. So We didn't really see
like-
the same benefits when it comes to men. Women just do friendship a lot better.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Like I'll call my friend, I'm like, you good? You good? All right, bye, I'll see you later. That's it. Women will tell you their whole life story, confide, and that's that benefit. You're confiding, you're getting that mental health boost. So we don't see that the same benefit with men. We do see it though with their associations with family members though. So they have a little bit of benefit more with family, not necessarily with friends.
Okay. So I want to see another study with guys who actually confide and
Good luck.
and chat it up.
Good luck. That's not happening.
Like it's not gonna happen.
Not at all. Not at all. Nah.
All right, you guys gotta work on that. Okay?
We're trying though. We're trying.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we gotta talk more about this, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break. You guys will be right back after this with more heart healthy friendships. Female friendships aren't just good for your heart, as we have discussed, but they are also great for your mind. So here to chat about that, we have therapist Beverly Andre back in the building.
Thank you for having me back. I'm so excited. It's
Absolutely.
always a good time.
You're always a joy.
Thank you.
And you're good for my heart.
I love that for us.
Yes. When it comes to female friendships, what is it that is so good for our mental health when it comes to those, especially at a time when people seem okay to be isolated, to just like, scroll through their phones and live through other people? What is it about female friendships being necessary for our mental health?
I mean, even in that, talking about the isolation piece, I mean, do some people need isolation sometimes to recharge? Yes. But then when you think about intensity and frequency, if it's like, I haven't seen anybody in 30 days, then that's like, okay, what's really going on with you, right? Is there something happening that you're not talking about? But when we get to see our friends, we get to be around them in like a social capacity, like that adds to our mental wellness, because when we're around people that we love, that we care for, like you light up. You literally get to spend time with them, and the best part of that is that it affects your mental affect. And so at times when people, they can hide away and people not know what's really going on with them, when you're around your friends, they get to see you. They get to say, I'm noticing like you have some shadows under your eyes. Like, are you eating? Are you sleeping? Like, what's going on, sis?
Yeah. We need people to check on us. I feel like even if you feel like you don't need people, there are definitely some benefits, especially just having somebody, hey girl, you okay?
Touch and agree.
Yeah, touch and agree. Yes, ma'am. Now, would you say this requires us to meet in person, or is it enough to just get on the phone and, chat it up with your girls?
I mean, I think it's important to look at it from a holistic perspective, because nowadays, like, a lot of people don't live near their community. And so being able to access each other, whether it's on a FaceTime, phone call, a text, or even in person. I seen this video on like Instagram where these girls go and they meet up at each other's homes like once a quarter. So they all live around the country and they all meet up and they catch up with each other. So there are things you are able to do if you want to be around your community, but you don't necessarily live by them. But I think it's really important to be in community, whatever that looks like, use whatever technology you need to, because I mean, like otherwise you're in isolation. Like you won't see them, they won't know what's happening with you on a day-to-day, or even if it's like a monthly occurrence where you catch up, it doesn't have to be day-to-day.
Okay, because I feel like you're gonna have people argue with you about how much effort it takes to plan ahead, get the girls together, but you're saying there is a trade-off there, like it is worth putting in that extra effort to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth as much as the people in the relationship believe that it's worth. Because there are people who have low-level acquaintances who are okay with, we check in maybe a few times a year, and they're okay with that. But then you have your people, so your riders, that we're like, hey, I need to hear from you every week, and they also reciprocate. So people who are in the friendship need to be able to negotiate how much access do we want with each other, and what are our expectations of this friendship. And so that will then align with the behavior. So, hey, we want to be able to see each other often, but we don't live near each other, or we do live in the same city. So that means we're seeing each other monthly or quarterly, or hey, we're having a girlfriend meetup on this day. So it's all about intentionality.
Okay, I love having that conversation. I mean, a lot of my homegirls, they know how I am. So
How are you, friend?
Hi, girl. Let me tell you, I can't typically. I usually just can't get on the phone every day and catch up. I'm kind of spread out here and there. But when we do catch up, then it's a blast. It's like that video. Like we can't get enough of each other. So I love just being able to have that conversation, especially if you have a new friend. Like, hey, let's do this every month.
That's fair, because it's also accepting like the person's capabilities, because maybe they're not that friend that texts back frequently, but when you get on the phone, we in it for like an hour and we're kicking it up. So you need to make sure that your expectations align with what that person is able to do, because you don't want to have like resentment or unexpressed needs, which leads to unmet needs. So you have to be communicative when it comes to your desires.
Absolutely. Do you see other benefits of maintaining and of fostering these friendships?
Absolutely, because you want, like, especially if you're in a relationship, you want your girlfriends to help you remember who you are. I think sometimes, often not, especially with women, your mothers, your sisters, you're the first daughter or you're a daughter. So you have all these other roles that require you to, be in service. And I think the difference is when you're in a friendship, you literally just get to be you. You get to be the friend you. And I think there's something so special about that you're not necessarily requiring me to, think about what we're going to eat for dinner that day, or, like, I just get to be me and show up. And so I get to relax and not necessarily think about how I'm in service to you.
Man, you just warmed my heart, honestly. Just thinking about being with my girlfriends and we can show up any kind of way. Like, we don't have to be cute.
No.
If we want to eat, we'll figure it out, but it's not necessarily anybody's responsibility. It's just about us getting together and enjoying each other's company. Oh, I love that. We gotta chat about this more.
Okay.
I mean, friendships are so good. We cannot let go, but we do have to, because we need to take a commercial break. We'll be back with more after this. Your girlfriends aren't just good for your soul. I mean, they are good for your spirit, and maybe giving you a little cardio if they really have you laughing really hard. I mean, I will say, when I hang with my girls, we cackle. And I feel good. So are there like health benefits, Dr. A, from all that laughing?
100%. Forgive me for using the cliche, but laughter really is one of the best medicines, for real.
It's true.
Yeah. Because it can kind of change your your hormonal profile in that second, right? So if you're stressed out, you have like cortisol, adrenaline running through your veins and all that. You laugh enough, that's going to start to come down. Endorphins get relief. You feel better. So that's a true scientific thing. That's not just how we feel. It's definitely happening for sure.
Wow.
So laughter is great for you.
Okay, I love that. It's like, I do need to hang with my girls. The doctor says so.
Wait, hold on. Don't get me in trouble now.
Just write me a prescription.
Got you. I got you.
Go to brunch.
Yes. Beverly, what is it about laughter that's good for the mind?
I mean, think about when you are laughing, like, it's unguarded. You're not thinking about how you look. It's that full belly laugh. You know that you're comfortable with whoever you're around. And so it's a testament, like you said, like the endorphins are running through your body. They're being released. It's the feel-good hormone. And it's just a time. It's a vibe. And then you leave just feeling like you are on cloud nine, because it's like, that synergy, all of that energy that you and your friends just kind of exchange. And it's like, okay, I can get in the car and go back home. And I'm like, this has fueled my cup.
Yes, I love that feeling. I can do anything. Like, I can make it through anything now.
Your friends will gas you up.
Oh, 100%.
They will gas
They will hype you up too.
They will. They will. Okay, but does it become a problem if they are gassing you up too much, or if we're leaning on our friends too much? Are there situations where maybe we need to maybe step back a little bit? What do you say, Dr. A?
Yeah, know your limits, right? So if you come in and you're asking me as your medical professional, you're asking me questions and issues and stuff, you probably do need to go see someone, that is gonna address that problem for you. So you don't want to link to your friends. Are your friends. They're not your therapist. They're not your cardiologist. They're not that. So you can ask them for a little bit of advice, ask them, or sometimes just like bounce things off of them. But when you get to that professional line, you probably just need to go see somebody.
Okay, so if she's saying you just need to drink some ginger ale when
don't do
may
that.
have been having a stroke, then don't do that.
And don't send them TikTok videos either for people, because they don't know what they're talking about either.
Okay.
Yeah.
See a professional.
Yes.
Right, like especially that professional line, it can get so tricky, especially for me as a therapist, because you know your girlfriends are going to talk to you about whoever they're dating, they're going to talk to you about their problems, and that's okay. Like we can talk about it, we can laugh about it, we can do all the things, but when it becomes like this is a serious problem in your life, and now you are requiring a treatment plan, you are requiring someone who's really going to help you walk through whatever that issue is, I cannot do that for you as your friend, because then that becomes a dual relationship. That means I can't be your friend and your therapist. That's not ethical. So with most of my friends, they're pretty good with respecting that line, but I think for anybody else who may have a friend who is a therapist or someone who's, you know, a medical professional, I think it is important to say, hey friend, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear your concerns, but you know, I think that you would, you know, you should probably seek some professional help, because I don't think I can go there with you.
Yes, write a referral. That's y'all don't
Look,
mind doing
I
that.
will
Not
text you
even.
one.
Not even. Here's the website for a directory: Therapy for Black Girls.
I love it.
.com.
I love it.
Absolutely. Now, for people who maybe don't have these friendships already, like you were saying, like 2 to 3 to start off with, what's the recommendation for getting out there and creating some friendships?
I think it's important for you to find hobbies that like identify your hobbies, and then find if there's like a community center or anything that has those hobbies. Actually sign up maybe for a league and see who all are there. If you enjoy jazz, go to a jazz house by yourself, or go to a coffee shop where you can just find people who are, you know, in the same realm as you, who enjoy the same things. Now, if it is a little bit difficult, you know, because not everybody is, you know, let's go make friends.
Yeah, like I'm doing. Let's do this.
Let's do this. It is important to allow yourself to come into agreement with your attention, because before you can go and seek friends, there's that whole negotiation in your mind. It's like, okay, I want community. Okay, so what does that look like for me? Like actually allow yourself to envision it. Think about, okay, what am I afraid of? Do I have anxiety around it? And explore that. Be a lot more curious and kind with yourself, because I think sometimes people can judge themselves for the hesitation, but it's information. So it's like, okay, well, I've been burned by friendships in the past. So now that you have that understanding, it's like, okay, let me try this one place today, and I'm going to allow myself to just be there today. And then the second time I'll go there, and then maybe I'll talk to one person. So you allow yourself to have a gradual experience into forming community versus, okay, well, it doesn't feel good, so I'm not going to try it at all. Allow yourself a gentle exposure to what you are trying to achieve.
And honestly, that's a good method of just like health in general. Do baby steps. You don't have to go from like sitting on the couch to like being a marathon runner in like 3 months, right? Just baby steps. But one thing I do like too about in regards to like joining organizations and like clubs and stuff is you can tie that around healthy habits as well too. So then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So like joining a running club or something like that, you're exercising and you're meeting people. So whenever you can get those 2 things together, that's perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I've seen those run club videos. People look good in there. I will say.
It's all comes on.
You
Everybody's
might find
welcome.
a lot of friends. We touched on this earlier, just maintaining friendships. Any additional tips for those who have friendships that they want to make sure that they prioritize? How might they do that?
I think what people don't do often enough is checking in with their friends and how they're experiencing them. I often will ask a girlfriend, like, hey, like, is there anything that you need from me? Is there area that you want me to show up more for you? Because oftentimes people are silent. They're not really telling you what their needs are, and then it ends up impacting the friendship. Now, I do recognize that the sole responsibility is not on me, but when it comes to prioritizing my friendship, it also means prioritizing their needs and seeing if there's an area that I can support them in. So if they're like, hey, I need you to check in on me just a little bit more. I'm having a hard time, you know, this month. Then I'm going to do that. I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to schedule in my calendar so that I don't forget. So I think being able to be communicative and being curious about how your friends are experiencing you can, you know, help you maintain that friendship.
And I think guys too specifically, I'm sorry, but I think guys really can benefit from that. Just a quick check-in. One thing I was gonna do like with my frat brothers is just be like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. How's everybody? Say one win. What's something you're struggling with, just to get the conversation going. So just being intentional and scheduling that, I love that idea.
Yeah, you don't have to be scared to have those conversations. And just to say it like that, like, how can I show up for you, friend?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, all right. So we maintaining our friendships, we're making new ones, and we're feeling good in our hearts and our minds.
All the things.
All the things. And we're going to brunch.
And we're going to brunch.
But don't drink too much when you're there.
Okay, I knew you were going to throw that in there.
Yeah, don't drink too much when you're there. Yeah,
Not the bottomless.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe one piece of fried chicken, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All I need is one.
Got you.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. I hope this episode has convinced you to reach out and touch one of your friends, okay? Because it is really good for you. Dr. A, what do you want the folks to remember from today?
I would say two things. One, of course, just really driving home the point that heart disease is affecting women. And so again, it's not a men's disease, it is affecting everybody equally. And then the second part is just recognizing how connected the mind and the heart are. So again, your mental health affects your cardiac health and vice versa. So both of those things need to be, made a priority.
Yeah, speaking of mental health, Beverly.
I was just about to say, I think the biggest takeaway for me today is making sure that people understand it's okay to be authentically you in these friendships. It's okay if you don't have it all together. It's okay if you don't have capacity to be that friend who's always available, but it is important to be communicative about what type of friend you can be.
I love that. Man, y'all gave some great advice today, okay? We'll have to have you back. You guys got to follow Dr. A. Where can they find you?
I'm on IG and LinkedIn, paging_Dr.A.
And Bev.
I am everywhere on the socials at Beverly Andre and Beverly with the L-E-Y.
All right, besties, we'll catch you next time. You guys got to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chattin with Chelsea. Keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox, and we'll see you on the next Chattin with Chelsea. Bye, friend.